In this video, we're going to show you how to install the throttle body on your Cadillac Escalade located on the top side of the engine. Before starting this job, you want to make sure that you have a scan tool to perform the relearn process on the throttle body. We're going to start by disconnecting the ground terminal on the battery. Use your 10mm socket, extension and ratchet. Loosen that terminal bolt. Remove that terminal and set it aside. On the top side of the engine, we're going to go ahead and pull off the Cadillac trim here. We're just going to gently pull up. Remove this cover and set it aside. On the back right here, there's a vacuum hose, and on the top there's a little gray plastic tab. We want to press down on that and pull this off. On the driver's side, we have the same thing, but the plastic tab is on the bottom, so you press up on that and pull that hose off. Use a flathead screwdriver to loosen up the intake hose clamp here. On the back side of the airbox right here, there is a hose clamp holding this unit to the front of the throttle body. Use your flathead screwdriver, go ahead and loosen up that hose clamp. Let's work this hose off. I'll lift up on this and pull this out and set it aside. On the left hand side, you want to disconnect this connector. There's a red lock on the top. You can use a small pocket flathead screwdriver and just gently twist that to unlock it. You want to pull that out. On the top, press down on the little tab and you're going to pull this off like so. Remove the 4 bolts holding the throttle body to the intake using your 10mm socket, extension, and ratchet. Just do that for the other 3. When removing the last bolt, just hold on to that throttle body. Remove the bolt and then pull that throttle body off. Now on the face here, you have a O-ring seal. You can use a pocket screwdriver and gently grab that and pull that off. Go ahead and wipe down the face here. I want to make sure that we have a clean mating surface for the replacement component. And just wipe out the intake here. You always want to replace the O-ring seal here if you can. Just line that up. And just work your way around, pressing this in to the groove. Now, if you have to reuse this gasket, you want to pull it out, clean it, inspect it, make sure there's no tears or anything like that. Okay, we're pressed in. Line up the throttle body. And I'm just going to get 1 bolt. I'm going to line that up. I'm going to start that by hand. I'm going to go ahead and get another one put in. Once you have 2 of those in, that'll pretty much hold it in place and line it up. Get the other two bolts in. Now I'm going to run these bolts in by hand until that is seated. You want to be careful with this here. You don't want to over tighten these bolts because the intake is plastic and you can risk cracking it. Once you have those bolts bottomed out, just going to use my ratchet and just gently snug you want to make sure that they are bottomed out. You need to torque these bolts. It's going to be 89 inch-pounds or 7.4 foot-pounds. I'm going to do a crisscross pattern here. Connect the connector to the throttle body, push that on. You're going to feel it in here, it snap into place. Don't forget to engage that lock. Simply press it in. Let's go ahead and install our upper intake unit here. Now what we're doing is on the back side here, there's a metal bracket that fits in this groove on the side of the air box. We're putting on our flex hose here onto the air filter box. Let's install the hose on the throttle body. Push that into place. Let's go ahead and tighten down that clamp. Snug that down. Let's tighten down the other hose clamp. On the back here, we have the two ports. We want to go ahead and install these hoses. All you have to do is line them up, push them on. They'll snap into place. Give it a little wiggle, make sure it's locked in. Repeat for the driver's side. We want to install our Cadillac trim molding here. There are metal studs that pop into these grommets around the perimeter. The back side fits into these two little tabs in the back. And then press these down. Install the terminal on the battery. Tighten down the nut. Now once you have all this set up, go ahead and hop into the vehicle. Start up the engine. You want to let that idle. Now you want to verify that the scan tool throttle body idle airflow compensation value is equal to 0% and the engine is idling at normal speed. At this point here, use that scan tool to clear the DTCs, and then you can remove that scan tool and go for a road test.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.